Hi everyone, today we are here again with
Not from here.
And Ole from Ole Stories.
And we are gonna compare a little bit the prices about the life in Canggu, like prices as the accommodation, the food and so on, in order to help you budgeting your life here in Bali. So if you're ready, let's go. Woo.
So now we're gonna go into accommodation, which is generally the highest cost when it comes here to your visit to Bali, Indonesia.
What I usually spend for 1 month here in Bali for my accommodation in a guest house, actually it's the place where we are right now, is 3.5 million. I have to say as well that I've been lucky because right now the prices are rising in Canggu.
What do you have in here? Like what included in that? Like towel or
yeah.
thing?
So here I got included Wi-Fi. I have a really big room with a really big bathroom. Got Wi-Fi. I already say Wi-Fi.
She has a lot of Wi-Fi.
I have a big kitchen, a big green space. We have a huge pool as well.
For me, I spend 1.5 million a month. It's a really good place and huge bathroom, and they clean it twice a week, and then I got towel, and then it's included the electricity, but there's no kitchen. So yeah, I just gonna buy food from Gojek and things. The last time, Marcus, he's Canadian, he wants to rent in my place. It cost for him 2 million, so different price.
Most of the places I've found here has been through local friends or just random encounters that I met through traveling here. Where I'm staying right now, I'm paying 1 million. And it is a really nice place, surprisingly. The Wi-Fi, however, is really hit or miss. Sometimes you're lucky and other times you're not. But for 1 million, we have to buy water and get soap and general stuff for the house. But everything else we have included. So yeah, it's a pretty good price. I'm really happy with it. So how we found this place was basically we just talked with the people at the gate of a waterfall. And we were saying yeah, we're gonna move here, and then there was yeah, we have this guest house, and before you know it, we were staying at this local place where they don't speak any English, but that's fine because we're learning Indonesian, so that's great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
How I find my place is I was looking for daily stay, and then I looking in booking.com, and my place cost 90,000 a day. So I just when I arrived there, I asked the landlord how much is it per month. Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah. I think monthly is much cheaper than having the place for week or 2 weeks. So definitely go for a full month if you are planning to stay here longer. And actually, I found my place because I had to leave my previous place, and I thought that the prices on booking were a little bit too expensive. So I decided to start to walk on the street and on the main road, and then enter the small alley and ask to every guest house that I found there if they have place and how much the place costs per month. And at the end, I was able to find this location, which is awesome. But I'm super amazed by the price you pay, guys.
It's just 10 minutes outside the city center of Ubud. So the moment you decide to be able to just drive a little bit longer, you're gonna get much better prices.
If you don't necessarily need to live in the center of Canggu and you are okay to live slightly outside, you can really find, as Ole said, half of the price or even more than half of the price cheaper than living in Canggu. Also because Canggu has different area. Me and Nath, we are living in Batu Bolong, which is mainly the hyped area where the expenses are definitely higher. But if you want to live slightly outside like Robokan or so, the prices will go down. The second expenses that we want to cover is about the scooter, which is basically the main way to go around the island, because I think that buses are not the best option in Bali, so all of us have a scooter here. In my case, I have a scooter Vario, and I pay 600 Indonesian rupiah per month to rent it. Together with it, I also have my helmet, and usually for a full tank, if I go on the main petrol station, the full tank is 18k. But if I stop by some local warung to buy like a bottle of petrol, I can have a full tank for 40k.
I ran a Honda Beat For a month, I paid 300,000. For the petrol, it's the same as Sarah, and I always go to the big official one because I don't know, it's lasts longer. Like they mix something in the warung petrol. I think it ran out very quick.
Yeah, vegetable oil or something.
Vegetable oil.
So I have a Honda Vario. I pay 500k per month. This is the 4th place I've been renting from. 2 of the places at first I was really unlucky. I didn't have much experience, so make sure that you bring someone that has experience with bikes that can help you like find a good quality one, because it's really crucial, because some places where you drive, it's going to be so important, like that you have good quality brakes and stuff. So as for petrol, well, it depends. Like I normally always go to the official gas stations. I pay about like 35 to 40k depending on, yeah, for a full tank. So it depends on how much you drive, but generally it's really cheap here.
And you can use Gojek too in here. Yeah, it's like 18k if you're going to party and you will be drunk, take Gojek. Yeah, it costs like 18, 20, depends on the the distance.
Yes.
Yeah.
But as soon as you're going outside the main areas, you're not going to be in luck with Gojek. So if you're planning on going around, do yourself a favor and get access to a bike. It's going to be worth it.
And if you are scared, you can always ask to the people that you rent the scooter from if they can teach you how to drive and some tips and tricks about the way that Indonesian drives.
Now we're going to talk about phone and mobile data.
I bought first my SIM cards and I pop up already with some data. I paid 80k at Happy Cell. I think 90% of the people here in Canggu go to Happy Cell when it comes about buying a new Indonesian SIM card, so I totally recommend them because it's super fast and they're very legit. And usually when I have to recharge, I always go to Happy Cell or to some reseller. And usually, if I'm not wrong, for 5 gigabytes, I used to pay 50k.
Yeah.
What provider you use?
I use Telkomsel.
Telkomsel?
Telkomsel.
Telkomsel, yeah.
Telkomsel.
The provider that I use is XL. I pay 60,000 per month. It's for 15 gigabytes. I don't know, I like when somebody wants to buy a new SIM card, they always offer Telkomsel, but there is so many other options.
So I use Telkomsel as well. It's just the easiest option that is available everywhere, so that's the one I got as well. So it was I can't remember the price, but it was probably around the same price, just below 100, like 70, 80 something the first time. And now every time after I downloaded the app, so I really recommend that, you're gonna get much better prices and you get promos and stuff. But now it's like back to normal, and it's about 60k for 8 gigabytes.
Next topic we're going to talk about is the expenses for food. So in my case, usually when I wake up, I always go to cafes to work because I need a good Wi-Fi connection, and often I end up in cafe which have like a medium price, a medium range of price that I spend, and many cafes offer the option to have 50k breakfast. This means like breakfast plus coffee or plus juice for 50k, but of course, like usually during the day I also eat something else because it's normal to eat, I think. And I end up at the end of the day that maybe I spend around 200k, but this may really vary because like sometimes I also used to eat a lot like to local warung, and in this case maybe I spend like 20k for dinner or for lunch. So yeah, it may vary. I will say that my daily expenses for food goes around 100k until 200k.
For me, same like Sarah, like in the morning I always go to the cafe to eat the 50k breakfast because the local warung hasn't opened yet in the morning. And then for lunch, I usually go to the local warung. I can spend from 9k to 20k. It's like rice with chicken, with vegetable and things. And then, and then for dinner, I often go to the places that have promo. Like some restaurant have a promo like 50% off every day after 7 p.m. or the other restaurant is after 9 p.m. and it can cost like for a lasagna. Last night I pay like 12,000 because it's already discount. Yeah, I always go to that kind of places like find for discount, the night discount. Yeah.
Tiga?
Yeah, Tiga, and there's like Tiga is 50% after 9 p.m. right? And then the one that I usually go is Crust. It's an Italian restaurant. Yeah, it's 50% after 7 p.m.
So I set for myself as a general rule to spend no more than 100,000 Indonesian rupiah per day. The reason I do that is like to have a general overview of like what I spend in a day, and I found that on average I spend between 60 to 80,000 Indonesian rupiah per day. And if you do that, then you can every once in a while spend more as well.
The previous place that I stayed has kitchen, so I can cook, and I can and I can only spend like 60k to 70k a week because I cook by myself and I buy everything in the local war room. So yeah, if you want to cut budget, you can just cook by yourself.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about how not spend money, you can just watch this video here and see that she can really get so much food for such a small amount of price.
Now we're gonna talk about laundry. I found a few places where you can do it for about 6,000 Indonesian rupiah, and it's 24-hour delivery as well, so it's really cheap. So that's more of the local option as well.
You have to tell me about this place.
Yeah, for me, the laundry lady just pick up my clothes and then deliver it again. She always take it on Monday and return it on Wednesday. For me, it costs like 10,000 per kilogram, so for a week I can spend like 40,000.
That's with pickup and delivery.
Yeah,
the 6,000 price, that's without pickup and delivery, so you have to take that into account as well. So it sounds like a pretty good deal as well.
I go to deliver and I pick it up, and it costs around between 30k and 60k depending a little bit where I go. Usually I go to Quick Laundry, which is like a franchising, it's a little bit all over Canggu. Otherwise I often go to Sad's Laundry & Co., which is between Copenhagen and Rise and Shine Cafe. Usually I go to Sad's Laundry because it's the first place that I've been going here in Canggu, and I really like the ladies, so I really like when I arrive there, they're always like, "Hi Sad, how are you?"
And the Quick Laundry have also the service for only 3 hours.
I actually have to go to pick up my laundry in 30 minutes away. The next point is about the visa extension, because to come to Bali you can choose different type of visa. I am here with the business visa. I always use Bali Solve, so in case you want to use the same, go to them and say that Sarah say hello. If you want to apply you have a piece of weed here. If you want to apply for the business visa, you can do it outshore, and it will cost you around 4 million Indonesian rupiah. I did mine onshore because there was still the opportunity. I'm not sure if you can still do it, but for the onshore visa I pay only 3 million, and it lasts 2 months, and you can renew it in total for 6 months, and after 2 months you have to pay again extension every month, which costs 850 Indonesian rupiah per month, which is around 55 euro.
So I've been using Bali Solve, so I can highly recommend them. I used some other agency before that, but they were super expensive and not reliable, so I recommend it a lot. It's pretty normal with prices, and they're super reliable. They're always messaging and giving me information when new things are happening and stuff, and keeping me up to date. So yeah, highly recommend it. You don't need it.
I don't need it. Can relate.
Now we're gonna talk about something I know you're dreading. It's travel insurance. Ooh. I've been using one insurance from home. That was about 300 euros for 6 months. It's more of an expensive one. And after that expired, I tried to contact them directly, but then I got for like twice the price to extend it. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. Sometimes you will get ridiculous rates if you're gonna extend it like while you're abroad.
Wow, that's
especially
crazy.
yeah, like that. So recently I've been using SafetyWing. That's the one I've been getting really good rates from, and it's actually one of the very few ones that you get good prices while you're abroad. So yeah, if you're a content creator or you're on the move all the time, then yeah, I think that's one of the best options.
In my case, as Ole, I use SafetyWings, and since the past 6 months since I'm in Bali, I pay 600k, which is around $42. And it's not only a travel insurance, but it's also a health insurance. So they cover both like delayed flight as well as like surgery and things that can happen, like if you are sick. They also cover COVID-19, which was one of the biggest requirements for me when I come to Indonesia to have. I really recommend them, and if you need to get an insurance, I would just leave you the link down below.
Everything we're covering in this video is going to be down below, so if you're confused or you want to know more information, then yeah, just look there and it'll be more summarized.
So I hope you learned something about the expenses that we have. It's cool to see also the kind of different type of expenses as bule and as local, and as there are people that maybe they're trying to budgeting more, there are people that are trying to budgeting less. And it was really interesting to have this conversation because it kind of opened my eyes towards some option that I can like implement in my daily life to not spend so much. So thank you guys for having this discussion, talking about this situation, and guys, see you next weekend. Bye
Peace
bye.
out.